Okay, delighted to say we're joined by, well, I suppose at this stage, former Antrim hurler Neil McManus. It must be strange to even hear that, Neil.
It is a little bit all right, but as you're, all good things have to come to an end, Shane. Thanks for having me, by the way.
I'd say your phone has been hopping in the last day or two since it was announced.
It has been lovely. Now, hearing from lads that you hurled against and maybe haven't seen for quite a period of time, maybe at this stage when you're playing as long as I was. But that's great now, and nice memories to look back on.
Yeah, because I was thinking that when you played against Kilkenny this year in the Leinster Championship and you had to limp off, I was thinking, is that going to be perhaps your final game? Because, obviously Father Time is undefeated. So you're going to have to retire at some stage. And I was thinking, was there a threat that could have been your last game when you were limping off?
I thought it was. Now, to be honest, obviously it was a grade 3C hamstring tear. Not that I'm overly technical or overly knowledgeable in that space, but I was pretty much told that was you're done, lad. But I was very lucky now to get back. It's usually about 12 weeks or so, and I ended up being back 3 weeks later to play against Westmeath, which, maybe what people would think was our least glamorous tie in the Leinster Championship. It was a hugely important game for us, and I think even the performance that day was a much truer reflection of where that group of Antrim hurlers are at the minute.
And you feel like, now that you're done, you've done what players generally say, which is leave the jersey in a better place. I presume you're very content with your innings with Antrim.
Yes and no, Shane, to be totally honest. I was, part of a very strong minor team when I was 16, 17, and then coming into senior, we were so competitive as a minor group that I thought we would be the same at senior, and it wasn't the case. It was very fleeting that we were really competitive at the top table, and I was really hoping that would be the case for much longer periods of my career, but it wasn't to be. And we were strong at certain periods, especially 2009, 2010, 2011. We were really strong, and then for the last couple of seasons we were competitive again. But there was a long period in the middle where we weren't very competitive, and those years were disappointing, to be totally honest.
Okay, I'm not sure if Jason and Ciaran want to jump in and throw in a tuppence worth, lads.
Yeah, Neil. How's things, Jason? We're in here. I was talking to Sam. I was talking to Sambo about you yesterday for a piece, and this is what he said. He said, making a good hurler is like baking a cake. You need all the ingredients. You need desire, you need skill, and you need a level of toughness. He had all the ingredients, and there was always very little lacking in him as a player. Just like in terms of when you were coming up first through the club, like what was it like to have a role model like him? And even though he's singing your praises there, how much of an inspiration was he to you? Because he's such a figure in Antrim hurling.
Oh, he was massive, huge personality. Drove standards just of excellence, really, and working hard was the bedrock of everything that he taught us. Obviously, myself and his son Shane have grown up in each other's pockets, and I'd say that was a bigger challenge, was looking after us than maybe trying to teach us how to hurl. And he's using the ingredients. One there, he fancies himself as a bit of a cook, so he does, Sambo. So he'll be happy with that. But he's been an unbelievable asset to our community in Cushendall and to Antrim hurling for such a period of time. He's continuing to give, and like everybody knows his story and the adversities that he overcame personally to be the man that he is and to be so successful in business and in hurling. But something that's rarely touched upon is his coaching ability, and there's very few people from the north who are invited to the successful counties in the south to speak to teams and to take training sessions. And like Ciaran, you probably know him very, very well. He's so enthusiastic, so knowledgeable about the game, so passionate that he gets a rise out of whatever group of players he's working with still to this day. He's a phenomenal man to be a friend of, to be honest.
Congratulations, Neil, number one. And I suppose, and I liked your answer to Shane, there's always unfinished business in some shape or some form, whether that's a club or a county. But, when I think of Sambo, I think of Kieran Barr as well, So
Thank you, Ciaran. Appreciate
You're
that
welcome.
very much.